The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by travel expert Kathy Kennedy. Well, Jeremy's forecast, it may feel like we're in Alaska around here lately, but if you have an Alaska adventure on your travel bucket list, our travel expert Kathy Kennedy has a couple of trips she wants to share with us this morning. Good morning, Kathy.
Morning. Actually, I think it's going to be warmer in Alaska than it's going to be here.
Let's go now.
Let's go now. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, you know, Alaska is on everybody's bucket list, and you know I've been there. And these two trips are, well, actually it's the same trip, but two different dates, is absolutely the best. And so my shout out to everybody out there is if it's on your bucket list,
right,
or if you have been to Alaska, but let's say you just did the inside sailing, so you just did the cruise on the inside.
Right.
This is the true Alaska when you do it by rail.
Yes. And rail trips there's something special about being in that train and being on the ground and being able to see the scenery up close and personal.
And this one is, you get 3 trains.
All right.
So you have 3 trains on this. You actually have 2 small cruises on this. There is nothing that it does not touch, and you get the authentic Alaska.
Right.
So this one starts up in Fairbanks, and then from Fairbanks, and this, I think we've got it up on the screen right now. And by the way, those are the 2 dates that are there. We've got a group that's going out the end of June, and we've got one going out in August. Okay. But as you can see by the map, I mean, we are going to start in Fairbanks, so then we come down to Talkeetna, to Denali. Denali, we go out to Seward, and it's just, I've done this trip. I did it in 2020, I did it last year. Right. 2021. I'm all messed up with the years.
But Alaska, you know, when you talk about places like Denali, and you've seen like documentaries and things of that nature, it doesn't do it justice. You get there and see it in person. And
that's the reason why, and I think we've got some photos we're going to show everybody. This is why you go to Alaska, and it's especially good with a group. And this is when we were there in 21, and we were in Denali. We just had the best time, and it's making memories and sharing those. So that's Denali National Park. We actually got into parts of the park that I have never been in before with this particular trip.
Really?
But you know, everybody also goes to Alaska for, you know, like the scenery.
Yes.
I don't know if we've got the next photo that we could show up there, but we've got the scenery. Now this is on the train, and this is actually one of my photos right through. Look at the scenery behind me.
Exactly.
And that is on the train.
Look at that.
And I love this one. If you can see the reflection of the clouds on the lake, okay, and the trees reflecting on the lake, that's called a glacier lake. And that's another thing people love to go to Alaska for, is this beautiful scenery. Look at this. This is Kenai National Park, which is actually, you do sail into it. And again, these are areas that only God has touched. I always say man hasn't messed it up yet.
And you're going to see wildlife.
And that's another reason why you go to Alaska. Believe it or not, this is a killer whale and her little pup. So that's her little baby next to her. And you actually get to see, we saw grizzlies on this one, we saw moose. So you really do want to go to see the animals, and this trip does it. But of course, there's the glaciers.
Yes.
You know, we had a cruise that you take down in Whittier, and we actually toured 26 glaciers, and you get up close and personal.
And I don't think a lot of folks realize that glaciers are constantly in motion.
Always.
They look like they're sitting still for the most part, but they're constantly something going on with glaciers.
And if you're up close like we were, and again, we're on a smaller type ship, you hear what they call calving.
Right.
So the dropping of, and if you've ever heard it, for those out there that have heard it, it's like the thunder in the belly of the earth. It is just an amazing sound. So I cannot recommend a better trip to Alaska. Again, if you've just done the Inside Passage, that's a great little teaser of Alaska.
Right.
This package is the real Alaska.
You know, we look at those pictures of Denali and Kitnai and places like that, and you sit there and you think about, I want to do this. I mean, it's really simple. Just pick up the phone and give you a call.
Exactly. You have a tour operator. This is a guided tour. So we get you in there. You're with a group of people that is going to take you, and I can't even go into everything that this trip has to offer. Now, the other thing is, those are the 2 dates I have.
Right.
Because rail, you have to buy the seats, have pretty much sold out except for these. Now, this morning, They yanked a lot of my seats, so I'm just saying, don't wait. Call me and let me get you on this trip.
And you need to make those plans right now.
Yeah.
Don't put it off saying, well, let's wait.
It won't be there.
It won't be there.
No.
And the thing is Alaska, you know the language.
You know the language, and guess what? You don't really have to take any
tests. You're traveling out of the lower 48, and I think a lot of folks are a little concerned about going out of the country. You're staying in country.
You're in country. Yeah. Last time I checked, there's no tests. There's no COVID test to get there. Right. You just need your passport. Highly recommend, obviously, vaccination and booster.
Right.
But yeah, it's an amazing trip that you could take this year and get that vacation checked off. It's amazing.
Well, remind everybody about those dates really quickly.
Actually, I'm going to have to, but they're the end of June.
Got the end of June, yes.
And there's one the end of August, which goes into September. This is 9 days. So it's 9 days, so we want to make sure.
We got that back up there again because I wanted to remind everybody of that because, we're thinking about June and August and all those times out, and we're sitting here in the middle of January. Don't put it off.
And those are perfect times. The first part of the June is when everything is starting to warm out. The grizzly bears are coming out, a lot of activity. Where you go in that fall date, then you're going to have the salmon are spawning.
Right.
So there's just so much in Alaska.
So much to look forward to. Kathy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Folks, look at this graphic we got up on the screen right now. Please, we'll have Kathy's name, number, and website and all that up later on our website. I want to encourage you, if you're thinking about Alaska right now, pick up the phone and give Kathy a call. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by travel expert Kathy Kennedy.
Are you looking for the perfect banquet